This is the 3.6, 3.7 guided practice with Mr. V. Going to be doing the odds with you. And here is Lily in her Halloween costume. She is ready and excited to go. All right, so write slope-intercept form. We know slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. For the going through here, and it's parallel. So parallel means the slope stays the same. So in this equation here, slope is going to be 4 over 5. So my m is 4 over 5. But I need to find out what the line is, or how it's going to go through this point right here. So I'm going to use this x and this y, and I'm going to plug it into this equation. So that would be 2 is equal to 4 over 5 times the x, which is 5, plus b. So again, if you don't like fractions, just do in your calculator 4 divided by 5 times 5, and that's going to give you 4. So 2 is equal to 4 plus b, minus the 4 on each side. B is going to be equal to negative 2. So now, since I have my m and my b, my equation is going to be y is equal to 4/5 x plus negative 2, or just minus 2. Either are acceptable, but again, I got it from my m and my b right there. This one's parallel, so the slope stays the same. Slope is negative 2/3, so my m is negative 2 over 3. And then I'm looking for my b, so I'm going to take this slope with this x and this y and plug it into y equals mx plus b. Get negative 1 is equal to my m, which is negative 2/3, times my x, which is negative 3, plus b. Negative 2 divided by 3, is going to give you negative 0.6 repeating, and then I multiply that, so times a negative 3, that's going to give me 2. So negative 1 is equal to 2 plus b, going to minus the 2 on each side, so b is going to be equal to negative 3. So now that I know it's negative 3, plug these two in, and I will get y is equal to negative 2/3 minus 3. X, I should say. Gotta have that x in there. All right, it's got to go through here, these points, that x and that y, but it's perpendicular. So this slope has to be the opposite and reciprocal. So the opposite would be a positive 3 over 2, and then the reciprocal would be a 2 over 3. So my m is going to be 2 over 3, and I'm looking for my b. I'm going to plug that into y equals mx plus b. So here's my x, here's my y. So 3 is going to be equal to my m, which is 2 over 3, times a negative 3, plus b. 2 divided by 3 is going to be 0.6 repeating. I'm just going to keep that, and I'm going to multiply that by a negative 3. That's going to get you a negative 2. So 3 is going to be equal to negative 2 plus b. I'm going to add 2 to each side, so b is going to be equal to 5. Now that I have my m and my b, I can put it into y equals mx plus b form again. So y is going to be equal to 2/3 x plus 5. All right, through 3, 4, perpendicular. So I take this slope right here. So the opposite of 3 is going to be a negative 3, and then I have to make it the reciprocal. So all numbers are over 1, right? So I'm just going to flip these. So it would be negative 1 over 3. So my m is equal to negative 1 over 3. My b is going to be, we don't know what that is yet. We're going to plug it in using these coordinates here. So negative 4 is going to be equal to negative 1 over 3 times 3 plus b. Negative 1 divided by 3 is 0.3 repeating, times that 3 is 1. So that's going to be a negative 1. So negative 4 equals negative 1 plus b. Add 1 to each side to get rid of it. B is going to be equal to a negative 3. So I have these two now, plug them in. Y is going to be equal to negative 1/3 x minus 3. And that's my final answer there. That's my final answer there. Check this one real quick. And we're good to go. All right, write the point slope. So remember, point slope is going to be y plus or minus blank is equal to m times x plus or minus blank. And the blank is always going to be the opposites. So let's see what that looks like. So it's going to be parallel. So 1/5 stays the same. So my m is equal to 1/5. I'm looking for the b, and I'm going to use these coordinates, okay? Actually, I lied to you. I did that completely wrong, and I apologize. I was doing it just like I did before. So my m is going to be 1/5, right? So let's just write out this equation. So y blank is equal to, my slope stays the same because it's parallel. It's going to be 1/5, and then it's going to be x blank. And all I'm going to do is take these and do the opposite. So the opposite of negative 5 is going to be plus 5. The opposite of 2 is going to be minus 2. So the final answer should be y minus 2 is equal to 1/5 x plus 5. Same thing here. It's going to be parallel. The number before x right here is 1. So m is going to be equal to 1. So I have a point and I have a slope. So here's my point, here's my slope, and it means you can plug it in. So it's going to be y blank is equal to, my slope is 1, and then x blank. So what I need to do here is do the opposites of both x and y. The opposite of opposite of x is equal to 2, so it's going to be minus 2. 3. The opposite of 3 is negative 3, so minus 3. So my final answer is y minus 3 is equal to x minus 2, or you can still have this right here. Both are the same. All right, through 1 through 5, perpendicular. So that means here's the slope for there. So it's negative 1/10. I need the opposite, so make it opposite, which would mean it's 1/10. And then I need the reciprocal. So I flip these, so it's 10/1, which is equal to 10. So my slope is equal to 10. So y blank is equal to my slope, which is 10, and then x blank. And then I do the opposites of just my coordinates. So it's going to be x plus 1, and then y plus 5. So final answer is y. Did I get that one wrong? I'm on 13. Yeah, y plus 5 is equal to 10, x plus 1. All right, last one. It's perpendicular, so my slope's right here. So I have my slope in this equation is 5/4. I need the opposite, so it's going to be a negative 5/4. And then I need the reciprocal of that, so it's going to be negative 4/5. And that's going to be my slope. So then I'll just put it into the y blank is equal to, my slope is negative 4/5, and that's going to be multiplied by x blank. So then I do the opposite. So here's my x. The opposite of 5 is negative 5, and then the opposite of y is a positive 4. So your final answer should be y plus 4 is equal to negative 4/5 times x minus 5. 17, what we need to do here is graph this. Remember, I start right here, right? I start at the origin, which is 0, 0, and then what's going to tell me here and what's going to tell me here. So one thing we need to remember is that when we're translating, let's just say we have y is equal to x. Whatever's on the inside is going vertical. So you do the opposite of it, and then you go up or down. So up or down and opposite. And then whatever's on the outside, let's just say like this is, let's just hypothetically say, oh no, sorry, I got that one wrong. Sorry. Whatever's on the inside is going to be horizontal. So that's left or right. And you have to do the opposite of it. So it's left or right and opposite. And then let's just say it's plus anything, H. Whatever's on the outside right here is going to be vertical. So that's up or down. And that's it. And you leave it as is. So right here, if I start at the origin, what it's telling me to do on the inside right there with the x plus 3, I need to do then go left, because it's a positive 3. I'm going to make it a minus 3. So left 3, and then the minus 1 is down 1. So I go left 1, 2, 3, and then I go down 1. And here's my new point of origin. So my first V would be right there. You don't necessarily need to draw that, but this is the one you need to draw. It'd be the 1 over 1. So it'd be like that. Check our answer real quick. This is 17, and that looks good. All right, 19. Let's take a look here. We have to do, there's a 1. It's just 1x on the inside, but it doesn't, it's not telling us anything. So we just have to worry about this right here. So it's a plus 1. So my origin is right here. It's telling me that I need to go to the right. I'm sorry, not the right, because I remember the outside is up or down. So I need to go up 1. So my new line would be right here. So a little bit tricky. So just make sure you have this in your notes. Remember, on the inside, it's telling you to go left or right, but then you're doing whatever the opposite is. So like in 17, it said x plus 3. So we're going to do the opposite. So that's going to be negative 3. So we're going to go left 3. And then whatever's on the outside is you're just going up or down, whatever it tells you to. 21, let's take a look. And 1 second. So I just put the same notes in here. So it's telling me what's on the inside. I have to do the opposite of it. So then I'm going to do plus 3. So that's meaning going to the right 3. So right 3. And then from there, on the outside is negative 4. So that means up or down. So down 4. So I start from my origin, which is 0, 0. I'm going to go to the right 3 and then down 4. So my new line is going to be right here. And that's just going to be a big old V for 21. All right, so then for 23, so we have to describe the transformation and graph each equation. So we're doing the same exact things. We just have to put it in words and then graph it. So it's telling me on the inside here that it's x minus 2, so negative 2. We're going to do the opposites. It's going to be plus 2. And on the inside it says go left or right. So I'm going to go right 2 because it's a positive. And then the outside says negative 2. And then it says, it doesn't say this, but since it's a negative 2, we're going to go down 2. So right 2 and then down 2 from the origin. So to the right 2 and then down 2. My new origin would be right there. And then all I need to do is just draw my lines for the V. And that is all you need to do. So you are good to go from there. All right. If you have any questions, make sure you are emailing us. stop in the math lab, or come after school. As always, don't forget your L in school, and make sure you contact us. All right, have a good one. Bye.